Hello, my fellow Americans. This past week, Chris Cuomo, also known as the spawn of Andrew Cuomo, the governor of New York, had this to say on his show on CNN.
Fake news is the worst thing that you can call a journalist. It's like an ethnic disparagement. We all have these ugly words for people. That's the one for journalists. And David, he just keeps doubling down when the facts don't favor his position.
Ooh. Okay, first off, to compare the phrase fake news to the N-word is completely inappropriate. The N-word is a racial epithet that has no place in modern society. Fake news, however, a creation of the left originally, to be laid at right-wing websites and is now backfired on them spectacularly, is a legitimate statement to call a reporter, particularly when they are fake news. Chris, here are some examples of your own fake news. Do you remember by chance this little gem about the WikiLeaks dump of the Podesta emails?
Well, here's what we know. What the WikiLeaks dump makes clear is how the sausage is made in politics. And I think it's interesting just on that level. Also interesting is, remember, it's illegal to possess these stolen documents. It's different for the media. So everything you learn about this, you're learning from us. And in full disclosure, let's take a look at what is in there and what it means.
Or, speaking of doubling down on facts when they're not in your favor, how about this little gem, Chris, where you cut off a U.S. congressman as he was trying to educate you on the duplicity of Hillary Clinton?
What do you think Donald Trump needs to do to come out on top?
Well, on the character issue, the public, two-thirds or more of the public knows that Hillary Clinton's a liar. She can't be trusted. And now the two faces of Hillary Clinton are coming out. The fact, through WikiLeaks, that she says one thing and...
Oh, no. All right, let's see if we can get Congressman Collins back. Obviously, we just lost his satellite feed. That sucks.
But, to be fair, maybe I'm picking on you just a little bit. Let's see how your network also acts. Let's see this little gem where they tried again to pull the exact same stunt on poor Bernie because he wanted to make a little joke about CNN being fake news.
He says he knows nothing about it, hasn't seen any of these reports. Is that a problem?
Well, I don't know. Maybe he was watching CNN fake news. What do you think?
You don't buy it.
That was a joke.
I know it was a joke. I'm saying you don't buy what he said, obviously.
Aaron?
Yes. I'm sorry, Senator. I'm saying you obviously don't buy what he said. You believe that he has seen these reports. I mean, to your point.
Kevin, I'm not. Are we on?
It looks like we've lost connection with Senator Sanders, so let's just try to get that back up. Do we have him back? Okay, so what we're going to do is take a break. I don't want to waste our time. We only have the senator for a few minutes. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back, continue our conversation with Senator Sanders.
Or let's take an example where your network deliberately edited video of a story to fit a preconceived narrative that you were pushing, irregardless of the actual facts on the ground. This is the portion of the video you aired.
Family and friends holding a vigil marked by prayers.
Thy kingdom come, thy will be done.
With his sister calling for peace.
Don't bring the violence here and the ignorance here.
Milwaukee police say they made multiple arrests overnight. We're still waiting.
However, this is the full segment of video, which is completely 180 from the narrative you were trying to push.
Oh, everything. Tell his mama y'all sorry for her loss. Burning down shit ain't gonna help nothing. Y'all burning down shit we need in our community. Take that shit to the suburbs. Burn that shit down. We need our shit. We need our weed. I don't wear it, but we need it.
Or this little gem. Because all election long, all you could harp on was race relations, so you wanted to push the narrative again that race was the only issue that got Trump elected.
This was many things. This was a rebellion against the elites. True, it was a complete reinvention of politics and polls, it's true. But it was also something else. We've talked about race. I mean, we've talked about everything but race tonight. We've talked about income. We've talked about class. We've talked about region. We haven't talked about race. This was a white lash. This was a white lash against a changing country. It was a white lash against a black president in part.
Or again, another little video clip, this time again with yourself, where you admit to being nothing but a shill for Hillary Clinton.
Happens to other folks who want a
It's a
chance to
problem,
run against her.
because she's doing what they call in politics freezing pockets. Because the donors are giving her money thinking she's going to run. That means they're not going to have available money for other candidates if she doesn't. And I don't think she's going to give it to them.
She's on her way to deciding.
We'll see.
About deciding.
We couldn't help her any more than we have.
I know.
You know what I mean? She's got just a free ride so far from the media. We're the biggest ones promoting her campaign, so it better happen.
Or even most recently, how about the so-called compromat incident, where BuzzFeed published the so-called Dossier on Trump's extracurricular activities in Moscow, that, yes, you are correct, you did not publish it, but your network certainly did a good job of promoting it, and which gave us one of the best memes of this year.
Information that was false and fake and never happened got released to the public. As far as BuzzFeed, which is a failing pile of garbage, writing it, I think they're going to suffer the consequences. They already are. And as far as CNN going out of their way to build it up, it's a disgrace. What took place, it's a disgrace. And I think they ought to apologize to start with Michael Cohen.
Sir, since you're attacking us, can you give us a question? No, Mr. President-elect.
Go ahead.
Mr. President-elect,
Go ahead.
Since you are attacking our news organization, can you give us a chance?
Your organization
You are attacking our news organization.
Your organization
Can you give us a
terrible.
chance
Let's
to
go.
ask a question, sir?
Go ahead.
Sir, can
Quiet.
you state,
Quiet.
Mr. President-elect,
Go ahead.
can you state
She's
categorically,
asking a question. Don't
Mr.
be rude.
President-elect, can you give us a question?
Don't be
You're
rude.
attacking us. Can you give us a question?
Don't be rude.
Can you
No, I'm
give
not
us a
going to give you a
question?
question. I'm not going to give you a question.
Can you state categorically?
You are fake news.
Sir.
I could spend an hour going over nothing but the number of times CNN has been caught producing fake news. I don't have the time to do so, but I ask anyone listening to this podcast to go look up CNN fake news. You can find the videos everywhere. The truth is out there. To quote Mulder from X-Files. Chris, before you start acting so indignant on your show about how fake news hurt so much, get your house in order. Stop publishing willful garbage designed to promote a political narrative that your network has chosen. Once your network cleans up its act, then you can try to dig yourself out from the fake news grave that you've dug for yourself. Until then, Chris, before you state another dumb statement like this, remember, the internet is watching and is more than happy to call you out on it when you promote fake news like this. This, of course, has been America Uncensored. If you like the video, please hit the like button down below. If you want to follow along when new videos become available, please hit the big red subscribe button. We'll be covering more of CNN's fake news episodes and try to promote actual uncensored news to the American populace. And remember, CNN,
You are fake news.
Sir.